I'm Mary Statzer, Curator of Prints and Photographs at University of New Mexico Art Museum. When we were getting ready to reopen the museum after the pandemic closure, we wanted a show that was very experiential, that had a lot of color. I decided to do an exhibition focused on Johnson's triptychs, which he's called trilogies and cycles, because it was a way to survey his amazing career and also sort of demonstrate the depth and the breadth of our own collection. We have over 600 paintings by Raymond Jonson, so I was like a kid in a candy store. I just got to really spend a lot of time in the Jonson vault looking at Jonson's work. So many amazing Jonson paintings.
My name is Christian Waguespack. I'm the curator of 20th century art at the New Mexico Museum of Art in Santa Fe. What really excited me the most about Jonson's work whenever I first kind of came in contact with it was just the sheer impact of being in the same room as a Raymond Jonson painting. When you go into a gallery and there's a Jonson on the wall, it absolutely grabs your attention. It pulls you in. The paintings that he makes, whether they're portraits or landscapes or complete abstraction, positively kind of radiate with this electricity that causes them to jump off the wall and grab your attention, and they just demand some study and some consideration.
I think it's so interesting that he was a consummate colorist and a consummate experimenter. There are paintings in this that looked like they've never aged a day. So I think that's a testament to his experimentation, his sort of unique vision. They just continue to really feel fresh and really deliver.
In the 1920s, Raymond Jonson moved to New Mexico permanently, and unsurprisingly, he took the landscape as one of his primary subjects. He said that this was subject matter that would last him for the rest of his career, and he was not the only artist who thought that way. One of his greatest contributions was being part of the group, the Transcendental Painting Group, that pushed non-objective and abstract art in northern New Mexico and provided a community for artists to come together and explore those interests and things like sacred geometry and things like incorporating theosophy and spiritualism in art, and in making an art that is freed from the physical world around you. He laid the groundwork for other artists to be able to explore modes of expression that might not have otherwise been open to them. When we look at things like the Grand Canyon trilogy or any of his landscapes, they aren't just a picture of a mountain or a forest. They glow, they radiate, they vibrate. And I think that energy is the through line that kind of goes from the most abstract work at the end of his career to even early portraits that seem to be paintings of people, but from the point of view of almost an atomic level.
Jonson made triptychs when he felt like the subject matter was so awe-inspiring or so large or so overwhelming that he couldn't say everything he wanted to in a single painting, that there had to be more than one painting to sort of be able to encompass all the feeling and thought that he wanted to convey.
We see a very distinct kind of correlation to the Holy Triptych in Catholic art. And the point of that aesthetic choice was to take the subject from the physical world to the spiritual world. With his later work, I think a bit more about what was going on with concepts of time and space in the 20th century. Something that Jonson's trilogies are able to do are show us his subjects on a quantum level. They break down any sense of linear time and give us this post-physical experience of whatever he's working with, whether it's simply the concept of time or the concept of conception and birth. He's showing us the entire picture in a way that I think is engaging in very clever ways with the way that essentially the structure of the universe is being rethought during the time that he's working.